All right, welcome back to Eyes Open Media. Hope you guys are doing well. It's September 29th, 2017. All right, I was just looking at a Jason the 4 video, and he was talking about Litecoin. It's time to get into Litecoin, and Litecoin is putting together privacy features into the coin like Monero. They're going to try to compete with Monero and become a privacy coin in the near future. Charlie Lee was talking about that in the interview, that they're going to be they're going to have private features for Litecoin as well. So a whole bunch of new developments are going to be coming out of Litecoin: privacy, the Lightning Network, smart contracts, being able to come onto their the Lightning Network platform, and companies are going to have to buy up a bunch of Litecoin to then launch their smart contract tokens, ICOs, and stuff like that in the future. All types of crazy stuff going on. Of course, Charlie Lee is against the hard fork right now because and for November, because he doesn't think that it's not time for that right now. There's no urgency for it. He just thinks that there's a bunch of people that just want to, make a quick buck, in a short period of time. So it is what it is. He's against it. That's fine. There's half the people are against it because it's not necessary. Bitcoin doesn't need it right now, and then the other half want that free Bitcoin. I'm one of the people that say, look, we don't really need it, but at the same time, I want the free money, okay, and I want that free coin. And if it's gonna be Bitcoin Gold, then fine. I'll take some Bitcoin Gold like I took Bitcoin Cash, and I'll take the free money. You know what I mean? But I know that Bitcoin doesn't need to hard fork right now, though. But anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know about that. Most of you guys are in Litecoin already, and and I know a couple people that are going to be buying some today. So yeah, it is what it is. Everybody's going to get ready for this next massive run up for Litecoin that is definitely coming, as you guys could see on the charts, and when I do the crypto charts video on the main channel of Currency 365, you guys can see Litecoin is definitely going to run up over to 100 plus in the near term. Okay, could be within the next 14 days or less. I don't know. Anyways, let's get started here. This one says reports from the KRG cannot be exited or entered are false. Okay, says transit via Baghdad or land. All domestic routes in Iraq are still open. Okay, so there you go. So they're saying that these announcements of international flight restrictions and all these things are false. Right now, everything's open. Curtis Media have erroneously reported that the KRG is under no-fly zone despite continuous domestic flights allowing transit international. Okay. Uh, it says all humanitarian and diplomatic flights will still be allowed enter to Erbil and Soleimania after approval from Iraqi civil aviation authorities. Okay, so it looks like they're playing. It looks like a body and the rest of the governments of Iraq and Kurdish are playing some games here, making it seem like things are bad or worse than they should be. And that could be a method that they use to hide a revaluation, make everybody think that everything, we're attacking them, we're restricting airways, restricting land borders, everything is being restricted, we're against these people, we hate them, we're going to put war against these people, and then a revaluation happens out the blue, and everybody's like, wait a minute, well, how did that happen? Because in reality, nothing has been restricted. As like these guys are saying here, nothing has been restricted. You can come in and out of Kherson region, the air is open. And so what they're seeing on television, what the media is putting out is nowhere truthful, because when these all borders are open and all airways and flights are open. So we got to watch out for that, because they could be playing us, with this tactic of hate the Kherson region in public, but everything's normal and private, and then give a good, and then everybody that doubts that they cannot be an RV now because they both hate each other, and then the RV happens. So we gotta watch out for that as well. Um, there's always two sides to every story apparently, and there's always a yin and a yang. So the official map, this is what is left of Hawija. Now, of course, I told you guys on the main channel that Hawija should have been done already, but it took about 3-4 days, 3 to 5 days just to start the second phase of the operation in this small area. I mean, come, give me a break, right? So, and why is there two phases? This area is so small, just go right through it, right? But they didn't do that. They stopped everything for 3 to 5 days, and now they've started the second phase. This thing would have been over already. It would only took 4 days to get this thing completed, but they wanted to halt it and stop it, so they did. Okay, so that's the map of it. It's on the thumbnail. It should be on the thumbnail picture as well, and you can see it's almost done. We're right here in this line. This is green now, so we're all over. This whole place is surrounded. They're just gonna collapse it in, and within the next 72 hours, it should be done, unless, of course, there's some type of holdup again. And it's been holdups after holdups after holdups. And who's the prime minister? Abadi. So you guys can figure that one out. Iraq heads to first committee on the United Nations. Okay. Let's see here. It says Iraq presides over the meeting of the first committee of the United Nations General Assembly, which is one of the most important and most complex committees in an international organization. They shouldn't be allowed to do anything until they change that freaking rate into an international rate with no restrictions. But they're like I said before, they're gonna do everything before the rate. They're going to do everything before they change that rate. This is how wicked these people are. They're gonna do everything. They're gonna go to international meetings. They're going to go to international stuff. They're going to do international trade. They're going to swap currency. They're going to do everything that an international country does. But they're going to still have restrictions on their currency and everybody else doesn't. It's unbelievable. Until finally at some point they're going to friggin' have no choice but to release their currency to internationalism. Why do you hate your country so bad? If I'm Iraq, I'm proud to have the dinar at 3+, right? Or 2+, or 1+ ahead of the US dollar. That would be awesome. But not for these guys, because they steal and they steal and they're corrupt. And if you have the dinar that high, they can't steal. So they're against it. British Foreign Secretary confirms to Abadi his country's clear position on unity on Iraq. Okay, so Great Britain continues to bother Iraq with unity. Instead of unity, British Foreign Secretary. Instead of unity, what about laws? What about internationalism? Let's get that. I mean, you guys even came to town. I mean, these guys came to town like 4 months ago, and Iraq. Actually not Iraq, but Abadi told them Iraq's open for business. That's what he told British people. He told the Germany envoy that came through. He told everybody. Everybody came through. Almost every country came and saw Abadi right before he liberated Mosul, and he told them he's open for business. It's 4 months later, and he's still not open for business. Without no restrictions. He's open for business, but he's not open for business with no restrictions. So no one cared. We want you open for business with no restrictions. And that's Article 8 compliance. And that's the World Trade Organization. Speaking of the World Trade Organization, I'm not sure if I told you guys about that. Did I read to you guys about the article about the World Trade Organization yesterday? I don't think I did. Okay, I can't remember what article it was. I know it's on Facebook somewhere. I did post it under something. But if I remember it, I'll show you guys, because Iraq is being present in World Trade Organization talks now and things like that, and so they're gonna be joining the World Trade here very soon. So they need an international rate. So, but the good news is that they're in these World Trade meetings now. So that's a good. I mean, these WTO meetings, excuse me. the World Trade Organization meetings. That's a good sign that they're about to come on in. So, but they need an international rate with Article 8 compliance. Nineveh Council referred the files of questioning the governor to Parliament about the fate of 230 billion dinars. Oh, so he stole 230 billion. I mean, every single person is corrupt in Iraq, except for the poor citizens. And at some point, the citizens can't trust the banks. They can't trust anything because everything's been corrupt to them. So it sucks because we want the citizens to trust the banks and come into the banks and stuff like that because it's been delaying the investment. But at the same time, we understand why they don't do it because who can you really trust in Iraq? The politicians are absolutely deplorable. I mean, they don't care about anything, right? Um, Sean says I like this one. It's fun. Yeah, that spinner stuff is fun. Now they have a capture code on there. When I try to play the game now, because I guess I spin way too much, and so I try to put the capture code in, and it clicks the check mark comes in, but it doesn't do anything else. I'm stuck, so I can't play any more games because I can't spin this thing anymore because there's no done button to click off the capture code and to continue spinning. It just gives me a check mark and there's nothing else I can do. Some girl told me it should be automatic. Once you see the check mark happens, it should automatically clear so you to play the game, but it doesn't for me. So I don't know. I don't know. It's all weird. So I haven't been able to spin in like 2 hours. So I don't know. Okay, so where's that WTO? I'm trying to find that WTO for you guys because it's somewhere. Let me see what's in here. The WTO. I posted something about the WTO. Where is it at? I did say I was going to continue reading what you guys had to say here, so let's see here. It says, James says, why don't you look at what the Bank of International Settlements, BIS, is saying? It's more relevant than any other bank in the world. Research it. Okay. Okay, some of these titles are not popping up for some reason. They're only giving the links. I think from the money they invested, they set up new banks. Okay. Reality starting to set in. The office of the vice president of the Republic Alawi on Thursday that the president of the Kherson region, Masoud Barzani, welcomed Alawi's initiative on his call for dialogue and stressed that the referendums does not mean establishment of the state directly and expressed the willingness to wait for 2 years and communicate through dialogue. That's what we said. We said this was going. We already said this almost no, not 2 months, a month ago. I said the exact same thing these people are saying now. Why do you have to wait a month later to say the same things we say? I mean, it's crazy. We said the referendums are going to go. They're going to go through with it, even though they're going to get threats, death threats, and all types of stuff. The citizens are going to vote yes, and then it's going to take them at least 2 to 3 years just to even go independent. So nothing has really changed except for that day where the citizens felt like they had power, and it goes down in history that they were able to vote yes to go independence. But that doesn't mean they're ever going to go independence. So you know what I mean? I mean, God, we said that a month ago. These people are so behind. I mean, I hate when people take so long to understand common sense. Iraq has huge sums of money in secret banks. Yeah, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. It's unbelievable, ain't it? Then we go through this. He's dead. Months later, a tape popped out. Crap with Bin Laden too. Yeah, a whole bunch of different things, Richard. We don't know if he's dead or alive, but they have to use him as code. He's coded, so they have to use him. Remember, the Eastern world doesn't tell the world what to do. Not yet. It's the Western world, the New World Order. So it's the Zionists that and the New World Order that are going to tell us that he's dead, not the Eastern world. Russia tried to get in there and try to do it. It didn't work. Many people believe he's still alive, and new audio tapes of him or not being him, it doesn't matter. The Western world and the New World Order are going to dictate when he's dead, and then the rest of the world will just say, okay, he's dead. So they still have the power over the Eastern world as right now, but that's going to change in the future. Uh, so this is probably the most interesting title one of the day because it's get rid of Kirkuk governor or resign. So they're basically demanding in the infallible Food Musun to approve the removal of the governor of the Kirkuk. Okay, of course that was done injustifiably because he wanted Kirkuk to go independent with the Kurdistan region, so they wanted to find a way to get him out of there because he's for Kurdistan region. So they they try to make up all types of stupid stuff on him to get him out of there. So now they need a signature from the president to actually completely remove him, and I think that they're buddies. So I don't think that's going to be hard to do. But they're also telling the president, if he doesn't want to remove him, then he can submit his resignation. You see how they're telling him to submit a resignation and they can't fire him? Because this is the hardest position in Iraq to get fired. This is why Maliki really wants this position, because he knows this is the hardest position to remove in Iraq out of all the positions. Okay? So they can't fire him. You know what I mean? It will take a lot to fire the president, let's put it that way. So let's go over here. No, I got to continue because I was going to show you guys the WTO article. And I did post it. I'm not sure how many people saw it or not. I'm pretty sure you guys did see it. But we'll find out if you guys saw it or not. Because I'm going to look for it. I know I posted it. There it is. And no one cared. Wow. So you got some people, 2 people cared about revaluing the dinar. But everybody looked over this article. Wow, that's disappointing. Okay, so the general I don't know. Oh man, I can't speak today. Maybe because I'm laying down, so that might help. That's not gonna help either, right? Me laying down, right? Oh God. Okay, so let's just do the article here. So they're talking about the seminars of the accession to the World Trade Organization. Okay, and there was actually 2 articles. I posted one. There's another one on Iraq as well, where they're in those meetings with the World Trade Organization. Okay, so this one said they participated in seminars. There was 2 articles about the World Trade Organization and how Iraq was getting ready to enter the World Trade Organization. So that's really, really good. So you guys, a lot of people missed out on this one, and no one cares about it. So okay, that's fine. Miss Australia says, no doubt about it. You could not make this stuff up of what goes on in the government of Iraq. Talk about the days of our lives. Has more twists and turns than a bag of twisties. Very entertaining. Yeah, it's been. Hey, look, man. If there's not one, I know people are mad about this investment and very angry about this investment, but one thing we cannot say that it has not been very entertaining. This investment has been the most entertaining thing I've ever witnessed in my entire life. Up and down emotions and just full blown entertainment from a country that is very small has this much entertainment. It's ridiculous to me. But it's been there, and that's a lot of the reason why we're still here is because it's been so entertaining. Turkey raises oil threat after Iraqi Kurdistan referendums. Okay. Now remember that our audio said that Turkey and Kurds would get into military combat, so we'll see how that goes, how that plays out. So let's see, and this is from a couple of years, there's a couple hours ago, and this was from a couple hours ago as well. And you guys know that on Twitter, when I talk about a body, they're censoring me on Twitter there my post. So some of you guys could see it, and then within hours, it's you can no longer see it. It's not on my page. So kind of interesting there. Or maybe that's how Twitter goes now. Maybe if you actually talk to somebody, they don't put it on your page because you're talking to somebody. But if you just make a post, maybe it's on there. I don't know. I have no clue. So maybe I'm just jumping the gun on that one. I don't know. Okay, so I think we talked about everything. We talked about Litecoin and how everybody better be in Litecoin because they're going to be going private. They're going to be implementing privacy features, which is privacy coins are hot right now, and they're going to continue to be hot in the future. So that's good for Litecoin's price value. We talked about the KGR and how the land and the air and sea are open for business still, regardless of the reports that are coming out. We looked at the map of Hawija, and we say that it's looking like within the next 72 hours we could be completed, or maybe within the next 4 days will be completed there. At the second phase will be completed. And then we also talked about the United Nations. Iraq heads the first committee. We talked about the British Foreign Secretary talking about a body in the unity. We talked about the Nineveh Council, okay, and how the governor is going to be questioned about 230 billion dinars missing. Okay, and then we also went over what you guys had to say. And let's finish it off here with some cryptos. Let me refresh it. And let's see what's going on. Looks like Bitcoin is the only one up right now. Everything else is down. At least on the big ones, the big five here. Big 6, big 7, big 8, okay, Neo's up. Okay. Okay, so there's the big 9, and only 2 are up. And Neo already ran a lot already. So the fact that Neo's up after a massive run up and it's still in overbought territory and it needs to rest and it's still up, that's kind of weird because a lot of these coins are right, and they're not overbought, but they're right in that power zone, and they should be continuing upwards. Monero's down, Ethereum Classic is down, OMG down 3%. Zcash down a little bit. Man, that nice run from Zcash from one something, 170 something. I think I called it at 179. Many people are saying it was 179, not 197. It was 179. So cool. 179 all the way to $400 yesterday. I think it hit 400 or the day before. Can't remember. Steam's up. EOS is at 72. I told you guys EOS will come down. Don't worry about it. It only went up because Jason LaFleur said that he bought at 60 cents. So a lot of people joined him there. Well, those people are going to hodl. The rest of the people are going to take profits, and the coin will probably come back down. Because it's going to be a 2-year process for that. If that is the coin that fits Cliff High's data, it's going to be 2 years before it actually within 2 years before it actually explodes in pricing. Digibyte under that 1.015 range. I wonder what a lot of you guys are going to do when Digibyte, when Digibyte releases their website on Monday, but the price isn't what you guys think it should be. Now, it doesn't mean that Digibyte won't run up, Saturday, big Sunday, and then big early Monday, and then they launch the website, and then people take profits. Doesn't mean that's not going to happen. So it could still happen. Or it could just run up big for, within the next Sunday night into Monday, it could run up 100%. I don't know. But you would think by now Digibyte would be running into this launch, right? And it's just not doing it, So I want, some of you guys hold a lot of Digibyte, so let me know what you guys plan on doing, going forward, because look, if Digibyte can't get momentum for a website launch, which should bring a lot of good momentum, then what is really going to get the momentum, right? In the city T4 challenge, we have not heard from anybody on that. That's why I'm not talking about it any longer. I'm only talking about the Digibyte website, which was confirmed by Digibyte. Digibyte, that T4 stuff, they're not talking about any of it, and that's kind of sad because we know that it would have helped Digibyte so much, and for some reason that thing was delayed and delayed and delayed. Now they're not even talking about it for October 2nd. No, not even a peep in sight for October 2nd on that city T4 challenge. What a shame. What a shame how people can be, and what they can do, and how they can stop momentum of a coin, so people don't prosper and become millionaires. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable what they did for with that T4 challenge to stop Digibyte people from becoming millionaires. Unbelievable. And I believe that with all my heart. I believe that the reason why that T4 challenge awards hasn't happened, and it was supposed to happen in June, is because they realized that Digibyte people would become many people with Digibyte would become millionaires, and they might have, who knows if they checked out, they could have checked out my channel. Oh, they believe in Yeshua. Oh, they could have checked out Mike and JP's channel. Oh, they believe in Yeshua. They're gonna be using this money to help churches and stuff. Nah, we're not. Let's delay this stuff. Let's delay it so that all the momentum comes out of Digibyte and these people don't become millionaires off of Digibyte. And I believe that's exactly what happened. I could be. You guys can say I'm completely wrong, and that's fine. But a lot of you guys agreed with me on Twitter when I did post the first one when they did delayed in June. I believe that's exactly what happened. Okay, so Citibank and all these people are not godly institutions now. Okay, they're New World Order institutions, and so when they realize that people are going to become millionaires from their final event. They had a problem with that, especially people of Yeshua, people of Christ, people, and they had a big problem with that. That's what I'm thinking. It keeps coming into my head, and a lot of you guys agree with me, and I'm not surprised that we haven't heard anything from Citi and the T4 challenge that was supposed to happen in October 2nd, because they don't want this thing to run all the way up and people becoming millionaires. All right. So and guess what? If everybody comes out and says that they've sold Digibyte and moved on, I guarantee you within 3 days they'll come out and say the T4 the Citi T4 challenge is gonna be December 5th at the Detroit Motor City Hall. I mean, it's unbelievable how corrupt some people are. But that's the world we live in. So sorry, guys and girls, if you guys are a part of this mess with Digibyte. But it is what it is. Maybe after October 1st, maybe good time to walk away, because there's a lot of good coins that you guys have missed from holding on to Digibyte. And I even talked to some of you guys personally. I said, man, you guys missed Omiso Go. You missed Cloak Coin. You missed the last run on Litecoin. You're going to miss this run on Litecoin because you're holding Digibyte. I mean, so guys and girls, don't put your treasures all in one coin. And Cloak Coin's making a move now and again. So it's at 734. We're looking for $10 plus on Cloak. And, it is what it is. Talk to you guys later. Eyes open. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing. And talk to you guys later. Peace out.